Hey.
I don't think I've ever taught you. Have I?
No, maybe first year, second year?
Second year.
Yeah.
Haven't taught first year. Okay, what's up? What'd you do?
I'm doing...
Oh, I'm going to start talking. Excuse me, he's recording here. It did, look at it.
It's a plosive.
Right.
Cool, so I'm doing injury prevention with kids in school age, so year 1 to year 13.
Okay, so little kids, 5-year-olds.
No, to year 13.
That's quite a
like,
a band.
Yeah, just because they play sport like regularly.
Okay.
And I want to target them, so I'm doing injury prevention through stretching.
Yeah.
So informing them about the importance of like better preparing for their upcoming sporting games. So I want to make an interactive stretching wall, because one of the problems was stretching wall. Yeah. Okay. So one of the problems was they weren't quite sure how to stretch properly. That's why they get injured. The technique's not right, and I want to eliminate all the variables.
So where is this wall?
Sorry?
Where would this wall be?
So it'd be at sports arenas. So it'd be just that wall.
Like at the ASB.
Yeah, ASB, big interactive wall. And I went to my old high school and talked to teachers and how they educate children about like the importance of preparing, and they just like, we literally just tell them, or there's posters around the arena or around sports places that tell you to stretch. So I'm like, that's kind of a boring way, and it's not really like encouraging. It's too it's old and outdated. So it would work like this. So I'll just show you. So you log in. You'd have to sign up your account. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
You could pick what sport you have coming up. So maybe have volleyball in an hour, and these are the stretches you need to do for that game. And then so that's just one stretch example, and they'll tell you if you're doing it right, how much pressure you're putting on. It'll scan your temperature. It'll know all your previous injuries. That's what the sign up thing's for. All your previous injuries, and make sure you eat this before the game. Make sure you could also come back and warm down after the game.
Okay. Sign up is a real barrier, so I would do it as an add-on, not a compulsory thing.
Yeah, cool.
Is my first thing. And speaking as a parent of sporting kids, well, two things. One, the first thing is that age band's wickedly wide. I can remember my little kids and what floats their boat compared to a year 13.
Sure.
13 years older. Yeah, if you've got fluffy ducks running around. Because remember, a 5-year-old, year 1 is a 5, they can hardly
that's
read.
True.
So I think either you need to narrow your perspectives,
maybe I'll do high school.
Or maybe there's versions that they can choose or something maybe
I can do intermediate in high school.
I think you've got to do one or the other. I mean, It could be really exciting to choose something. And I don't know if physically they're any different. I'm sure the stretches are the same.
They're mostly the same.
What I really like about your idea is that it's at the point that I need to do it.
Yeah, it's like a prompt.
How you make it part of their routine, I think, is really interesting. And can you do it as a group activity? What worries me is that looks like very one-on-one, and I'm seeing like a wall scale thing. But a coach can get a whole team to do it, and if you can get buy-in from like a whole team or a wider community instead of thinking about individuals, you've chosen a medium that suits a group. And if we can normalise the behaviour, because we're trying to create something that we can do ongoing.
So implement it in their
you didn't
routines.
go to my talk last week, did you?
No, I
download the
think.
thing. You did, You went to my talk about with the diagram that I pulled apart. Yeah. So that thing about what is normal, and what you want to create is a new norm that is that we stretch. We stretch as a team, because if one kid does this, they're wicked, those kids. That's lame ass. If you get them all doing it together, then the norm becomes that we do it. The great thing is that doing it very visually together, so I really like that aspect of it, because that becomes a marketing tool for it. and making it fun. Feels a bit serious at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe,
Yeah,
some
for the older kids or something.
Yeah,
Something
do you reckon I
that
should have a reward system when they do it, or
might work for little kids. I don't
Yeah.
think it will work for the bigger kids. I
Yeah.
think looking at it is to like something that there's the normalization of the behaviour, but also the motivation to do it in the first place. Because you've got to remember that doing something like that in a public space can be actually a barrier. Well, if I do
people
it at
don't want to
home,
be
I don't
seen.
want to look dumb. You know, I can do something at home, I can warm up at home. But here, if I'm in the ASB foyer entry, everybody's coming and going. The previous, and I think you've also got to. Do you live here? You don't happen to live in Miramar or anything? Go to the ASB centre.
Oh no, yeah, I know, yeah.
And just hang out there. And imagine, hang out there on a Monday between like 4 till 6. And you see school groups coming in and it's pandemonium. Imagine how your wall's going to fit in there
Yeah,
to understand it. So to me, the big takeouts that I would be saying is really understand your audience. Look
Narrow
at them
down.
as a group activity because they will arrive as a group. So one
'cause it's
kid
a
doing
team
it,
sport, yeah.
it's a team sport. I would love to see how make sure the login is second, and all of those add-ons for the benefits for logging on. To me, that could be something that then becomes onto my phone. It becomes a secondary tool for the normalisation of the behaviour.
cool.
Because I think that's great stuff. But I'm really interested. I think the big game in what you're sort of doing here is that it's on a big scale. It normalises the behaviour, and the whole team can do it at once. And I would be using the coaches as a possible into it. And if I was doing a complete packaging, if I was marketing this thing, I would find out all of the teams. Well, you could easily do it because you know where they are. When the teams come in and they're signing up and stuff, you'd go around and go, hey coach, here's a thing, we're installing this wall, build it into your routine. Because I think one of the other barriers is people arrive just in time.
Yeah,
Parents are the classic one. So they all rely on mum and dad to pick them up, who have probably come from work.
yeah,
I've been there a billion times where I'm like, out of a lecture,
yeah.
no
And
traffic, pick the
when-
kid up, take them to the ASB, we arrive just in time. How do you stop that? How do you
Yeah.
build in that just in time is actually
so there's
half
allocated
an hour
time for it.
beforehand so they can do it? How do you build that
Cool.
into it? And I think part of that might come from the conduit of going through, or an additional conduit of going through coaches, because then you can say, hey team, what we do is we arrive early to warm up. Here's this cool thing, let's it. And then I love your idea. And I love where this is kind of going. I wonder, that I can imagine, how does the wall do?
Oh, so it's gonna have motion sensors, so it'll be a tracking skeleton, whatever. Like if this matches a diagram, then you're doing it right. Blah blah
Can you
blah.
make your computer up
Yeah,
and go
this was
online? Go
online.
Poker BCD?
One of the things that I think might be really useful to do is think about how
Make this part of your life. So this is where we put cool stuff that we find.
Yeah.
I think no, I remember what it was. So it's all
Yeah.
categorized here, infographics. Ooh. You would like that. This thing is a live. First part's just all bullshit. See what I mean? Now go through here. So this is a
Whoa.
giant screen that is just beautiful, right? I mean, look how fucking big that thing is.
Yeah.
It's huge. But that's live data, so that's like traffic flows around San Francisco. It's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think your thing needs to make sure that it's not all practical, but it's also fucking
Cool.
beautiful.
Cool. Yeah.
You know, so
Sounds good.
if the whole team lined up and did the same stretch, it's like, ooh, wow, guys. Not everyone did it, so it's like, ooh.
Yeah, Tanya had the idea of like maybe gamifying it as well to appeal to kids. But yeah, that's good. Another thing. Oh,
You're
10
saying 10
minutes.
Yeah.
Last question.
11 seconds.
Should I, for my final outcome, should I go about making the actual thing, or do you think it's good enough to just make the video? Because right now I'm trying to make the actual thing, and like I've talked to Tim and like using sensors and using all the code and.
That's cool. It's secondary to being as good as it possibly can.
Okay.
So if you compromise how amazing it is to build it, I think you're missing an opportunity.
Okay.
Because are you actually going to sell this as a real thing? No. Then the more important thing is depth to your idea and your execution over I built it.
Cool.
If we were a computer programming course, then you put the focus on the build, but we're not.
Cool.
We're a design. So
Cool.
Make the design.
Cool. So make the video really top notch and do the
Blow us away.
Do the making stuff later.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to have all these technical problems.
Yeah, that's what I'm literally panicking about. Like, oh, what code, what sensor, what Arduino
End of the day, you've got 20 minutes or even less
to present.
So if it takes 20 minutes to go through and show everything, I mean that would be fucking amazing if you could build it. But it's
Secondary. Cool.
Secondary to if you did that and we go, oh yeah, but it looks a bit lame.
Maybe I could do like a little screen, like a little test, and put your hand on it, something happens, but have the video. Yeah.
Yeah, because that proves
that it could. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
What do you call it? Due diligence. Choice and have a look at other things.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah.